And joining me here in the studio is retired Elyria Police Chief Duane Whitley. Once again, Chief, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
I want to go back to something Aaron said that we talked about. It is fairly common, it is in fact tradition for other departments to step in at a time like this to help the police department that's involved in a police shooting. Is that correct?
Absolutely. The purpose is, there's many purposes, but first, the department itself is going through a very difficult time, and it's hard to handle calls for service while you're going through that yourself. You want to be clear-minded when you're handling those calls, so having other departments step in to handle the calls for service is a huge help, not just to the police department, but to the community.
You, in fact, now teach the next generation of law enforcement officers. I understand you took a class to the calling hours for Sergeant Ries yesterday. First of all, why was that important for you to do that, and what was the reaction that the class had?
Well, first, there's a couple reasons why I like to have the class attend a wake or a funeral for a fallen officer in the area. First, it is a grim reminder that this can happen, and you need to be on your toes, and you need to take the time to think things through before you act rashly. Secondly, and I think most importantly, it shows the cadets that they are not being a police officer by themselves. It involves their family. So it is not an individual job, it is a whole family job. So when they're doing their job, they have to think of the family too.
As you and I have discussed, as you have in fact you told me, obviously you know about this a lot more than I do, there is, if you take this job, you know there is some inherent danger
Yes.
in it, certainly. I wonder what the reaction was of some of the class members who went to the services yesterday or the calling hours. What did they say to you afterwards? What do you think they were thinking?
Well, first, a couple of them said thank you. And I said, for what? And he said, for having us come to this. It had a big effect on them. We talked about it this morning when class started, and they were just commenting about the family and how important the family is. And so I do think it had the intended effect. And I do think first, I've told you this on Monday, is a good class. Mm-hmm. They're listening, they're understanding what's going on. And I think this just drove the point home even further.
We have talked about this before. You, of course, were Elyria Police Chief, I believe, for less than 2 weeks when you lost an officer.
Yes.
in your department. Kind of give us an idea, once again, what a department goes through when something like this happens.
Well, there's a bit of a shock. You know it can happen, but you don't expect it to happen. And when it does happen, there's a bit of disbelief of what's going on. And I'm going to be honest with you, most of our officers still did their jobs afterwards. We had help from other agencies too, mm-hmm. And we thank them for that. But the officers went about doing their jobs the way they're supposed to, which is really a tribute to them. The department is going to get close. They're going to get to the point where they become one unit, and they deal with this together. It's very difficult for them to deal with it, but they do. Mm-hmm. And the community will start to support them too. Not that we don't get the support regularly, but it is more vocal in times like this.
Yeah, we're seeing a video of memorial, as Aaron was telling us about, outside the police station there. I'm told as many as 1,000 police cars from various municipalities from across the state mm-hmm. will be there today. What does that show of support mean to the family? What does it mean to the community?
First, the family gets a true understanding that they're not alone, that there are law enforcement agencies and officers from around the state and the country that are grieving with them. The community steps up. They see the enormous number of police cars mm-hmm. from all over the place. It has a lasting impact on them and the family.
You, in fact, spoke to the family. I want to talk to you about that when we see you in just a few minutes now.